We are here at Festival of the Sun 2018 with Dadiri. Welcome to Port Macquarie.
I feel welcome. How are you?
Did you feel welcome? Was it a great set?
It was, so lovely. Nice to be done, but what a last hurrah. Yeah, it's cool getting so many people involved. Yeah.
You just got back from overseas. Is this your first show back since coming back from overseas?
No, I flew straight from New York to Adelaide and played with Angus and Julia Stone.
Yeah.
But that was crazy. That gig happened to me. I wasn't a part of it at all. I was just,
You left your body.
It was like New York, LA, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide.
Oh, God. A few frequent flyer points there, which is nice.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. But
I have literally rerouted myself to get extra status credits. That's a longer conversation. I have a travel podcast. We'll save it for that.
I definitely have done a few stupid things, and so arbitrarily. You're just like, what are these points actually getting me? Anyway.
Lounge access.
Yeah, but you spent like 80 grand for lounge access. Did you ever do that math? Like,
But you're traveling anyway.
Sure.
So
That's where they get you.
So it's like, if you're adding on an extra, 2% or something like that to a flight to get yourself lounge access, the amount of whiskey I drink, it's worth it.
Yeah, totally.
Massages in Abu Dhabi, it's all good.
It's be surprised how far, just a little bit of egg in the morning and a coffee gets you.
When there's no money in the bank account because you just paid 75 shows without a night off.
Yes.
And speaking of which, you seem to be on the Never-Ending Measurements tour this year. I mean, what an incredible run of shows. I think Bob Dylan would be impressed. What have been some of the highlights of this year with the shows that you've played, and obviously, getting in and doing these EP shows at the end of the year?
I think I played a show in Barcelona to I don't know, it was I'd played in London at that stage, but it was the first headline show that I'd done overseas other than London, and to see a bunch of people, I don't know, I met a bunch of people afterwards. It was a nice full room, and I didn't really know that I had fans in Spain. And
This is the second time you've been there this year, though.
Yes. Yeah. I played a festival beforehand, and it was okay, it's a festival, so these people aren't necessarily here to see me, don't know the songs, so I get to kind of do my thing. But this was a headline show. And afterwards, I met a Spaniard who'd tattooed Jude lyrics on his wrist. And
that's commitment.
Yeah. It was very emotional. Just I meet people after every show. I don't know, I feel weird about not saying hi to people who want to say hi. But yeah, he had scars on his wrists, and he just was in his best English said what it meant to him, and I got this sense of the tour ahead of me. In that moment. It was that's kind of the beginning of the world tour, and it's there's people all around the world that are gonna tell me what my music means to them, and that shook me a fair bit, but that was a highlight for sure.
Is there a part of you that,
my highlights are kind of depressing, but
but is there a part of you that when you're writing music that you kind of hope it connects with people like that?
I've had this discussion a few times. You're the percentage always changes, but there's this 50-50 split of self-expression and how you think it'll be received. And I feel if you get that balance wrong, either way, it can really go askew. It's kind of about there's those self-aggrandized people who just do complete self-expression to the point of it's it doesn't connect, and then there's the opposite where you just like filter yourself down until you're connecting with as many people as possible by just like playing to the lowest common denominator. And I feel like when I'm writing, I try and keep a good balance of the two. There's definitely like a sense of, it's not usually what I want to say, it's what I don't want to say to people. Like sometimes a lyric I'll write down and I just like go, I don't think that's a message that I want to, that might be misconstrued, and I don't want it to be. I want it to be clear. Like, I like an ambiguous lyric, but I wouldn't want something to like connect in the wrong way. Yeah, but mostly just a positive message. Even
Jude is about Jude Law, isn't it? I knew it.
That's exactly right.
It's your love letter to Jude Law. I knew it all along.
And that's the thing, like that kind of thing is, well, that's where like a little ambiguity is. Like the actual lyric, you can understand what I'm talking about, but you don't know who Jude is, so you can apply that to. Yeah, I don't know.
If you play it backwards, you know, Paul McCartney is dead. You know, it's great.
I love all that shit, and there's so much of that crap on the record that no one's gonna know about except me, and maybe the mastering engineer, and that's it. Like, and you could only hear it on $300,000 speakers in the mastering studio. Bullshit, but yeah.
So a man whispering in the background. You know.
I'll tell you one of my favorites that we did. My girlfriend has a tattoo of a bird on her arm. Which is what Bird Sounds is about. About her. And I took a photo of that, put it through a threshold in Photoshop, so it was black and white, but like just black and white, no gray tone, and then put it through a spectrograph, which is basically an image to audio, and then it goes right at the end of Bird Sounds, and if you watch it on a spectrograph, her tattoo comes up.
Whoa!
That's right at the end for like anyone who knows what that is. If you got a spectrograph, that's for you, and that's about it. Like probably the 10 people out there that know what I'm talking about, but I love all that kind of stuff. Like, especially like, I don't know, if I find that out about my favorite artists, I'm like, sweet. So.
Looking ahead to 2019, what's plans for next year?
I would like to disappear for a bit. Yeah, my friend has a house on a hill by the ocean that I'm gonna go stay at for like a month and finish writing some stuff.
Nice.
And I think I am, overdue for some me time.
Yeah, will you write in that time? Are you already kind of keen to do a bit more writing?
I think I won't for the first bit, and then once I've settled a bit, for sure. It's mostly filtering at this stage. I've written a lot on the road, and I just want to kind of see what I've got, compile it all together, see if any like common themes come out, and work on the next project.
And another 12 months of touring.
Yeah, maybe some more tactical approaches.
You did a lot of So Far Sound shows overseas. What were they like?
I love them. They're my
Barcelona show. That was a So Far Sound show, wasn't it?
No, that was not the first. Yeah. I did one in Barcelona as well. Okay. I did like a headline, and but I've loved them, and they've been a really good way to like kind of get to know what the audiences are actually like. I feel like just for my head, like coming in and doing like big supports or like festivals right off the bat, I feel like it's not grassroots enough for me, and it's not what I did in Australia, and I feel like I just don't get to know people, and I hate just rocking up, going to the hotel, being backstage. The only interaction I have with the audience is on stage and then going home. Like actually meeting some of the people and getting to know what like America's like actually like. So many times after shows, especially So Far Sound shows, I've just been like, who has any suggestions for like things to do here, things that I should see that aren't touristy, like
where should I eat? Very important question.
Hugely important question. And like Yeah, nothing's better than an actual local showing you what they care about a city. And yeah, like I made all those mistakes the first time I toured. Like it's just so much more tired and yeah, so much more tired not doing things than when I actually went out and met people and made friends. And yeah, now I miss my friends everywhere rather than just thinking about Melbourne. And yeah.
It's it gets hard for me. That's like I've been, traveling and doing this stuff for a long time, and you get friends everywhere, and you're like, no matter where you are, but it's kind of like you say, wherever you are in the world, you're always going to be missing people. So that's a positive thing.
It's a very positive thing if you see it that way. And like, yeah, you gotta be present to where you are. Otherwise, you're just gonna be done. You're it. That's it. But like that's true for anyone. But for what we do, and I think it's more of an adjustment for everyone else as well. Like my friends just getting used to like I'm away for 4 months, and then when I come back, I'm here, and like let's be here for the time we have, and then I don't know.